for civil engineering on the Sword Coast. The Dunkels have it in hand. You can traverse all Theron, but will not find finer in all the land. If you've got a gap, you must transverse, and a gnome by all means toss it. But when it comes to bridges, everyone knows if it ain't a Dunkel, don't cross it. Deserted keep, nigh on sundered. Open the door, let me in, Krill thundered. Weasel bargain, gained an ingress. Several guards in a state of distress, which provokes the guardsman's ire. Hey, calm down. A corpse has been defiled on dice and desire.
Quinch gets up off of the floor, walks over to Lady Nandar,
Nando's chicken.
Sticks his one of his fingers in her mouth, and then walks back over to where he was sitting and sits back down. And
at the point that you put your finger in her mouth, the guards draw their weapons.
Quinch.
Fuck's sake.
what?
Mendel turns around to Dweezil and says, "I fucking told you, one wrong move."
Gregor wishes to cast sleep on them all.
Okay. Can you do that to 4?
I think so. I believe it's a radius.
Okay.
Can you try and
Let
catch
me-
Quinch?
Does it not affect everyone in that radius?
Well, I'm just looking for you, my good sir.
Oh, shit.
After
you know.
MJ's antics, I think he deserves to be caught in that sleep.
I love that Dweezil's trying to just chill everyone out and just trying to have a conversation, and everyone else just wants to agitate and maybe not just, play it out. But no, it's fine. You guys do you.
It just says range area, 90 feet, 20 feet. So I guess it's everything in the 20 feet area.
Where are you?
Creatures within
where are
20
you?
feet of the point that you cast it. Okay, cool.
I can't see where you are. Oh, you're still outside on the map.
Yes, I would have imagined I would have moved into the building, sorry, when we were all sitting around, because I did mention coffee earlier.
Yeah. So he's in, but if what you're telling me, I think you can cast it
If
at
we
a certain
generally
spot.
say that I'm in the centre of the room, and I'm casting it to the right-hand side where the 3 guards are gathered, along with...
Can you see?
Who's this? Is
where
this
they are
Quinch
on the
or-
right?
It's going to get Quinch, it's going to get Krill, it's going to get this guard, it's going to get...
Wait, why is it going to get me? I'm down by the rubble.
5, 10, 15, 20, 20 foot.
Not necessarily. If I cast it on the wall, it's from the centre point, 20, so it'd be...
You're not gonna get all of them. You're not gonna get all of them, and you're not gonna get all of them without putting Quinch to sleep potentially.
Well, we can put Quinch to sleep, and we'll keep this one over here and to the left of the room awake. That's fine. So we'll keep one awake, and the rest can go asleep.
Sounds good.
So the way this works is I roll 5d8, and then that matches up against someone's armor class, I think it is.
Right, roll 5d8. Yeah, so you roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creature this spell can affect. So maximum is 40. So it's all based on their hit points.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna roll those dice for you right now.
It's probably good if it puts Quinch to sleep, to be fair.
And that's his bard saying that.
His hype man.
It gives me a total of 32.
32. Okie dokie. And whereabouts are you casting it in terms
We're
of... You
going
can
to
only
cast
do
it
20...
right into the corner of the room, and then it'd be 20 feet from there.
Okie dokie. So, what did you say? How much, sorry?
32.
32. So that one, the character in the northeast of this little group falls asleep. as does the next one below him, to the south of him. But your spell is not enough to make all 3 fall asleep. But what it does do, obviously, clearly, is that it makes the 2 remaining guards notice that the other 2 have just fallen unconscious, clearly through magical means, because they wouldn't just stop for no reason. And at this point, I'd like you to roll for initiative, please.
Oh, can I not just try and blag my way out of it before we go into initiative?
No, afraid not. You've agitated the group of you. Right then, so in terms of initiative, Dweezil, you're up first, followed by Quinch, Krill, Greg, Dabov, and then the guards.
Very simply, Dweezil looks at the first Scouser who he was having the fairly pleasant chat with. Dweezil's smile drops and he looks deep into the man's eyes and says to him, "Your intellect is paltry, your strength is feeble too, your odour is repugnant. I mock, sir, I mock you," as he casts the vicious mockery cantrip.
Okay, and what does that do?
So, I unleash a string of insults, and if you can hear me, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. So, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw coming right up for the guard. So the guard rolls a wonderful 7.
That is not enough, so he takes 1 psychic damage.
Good stuff.
And he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Nice. Okie dokie. Then are you sticking with that? Yeah. Nothing else.
That is my turn.
Quinch.
I see you standing next to me, oh non-dreary one, with your wokeness. I'm going to... so Quinch is going to perform a reckless attack, giving him advantage, but disadvantage on attack rolls against him this turn. So anyway, he's going to smash this guy, the first blow of the hey shit weapon. First one is a 18. Oh, and another 18. So yeah, 2 18s.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits for a total of... Let's make this a banger. Oh, it's a reasonable banger with a total of 10 damage. It is slashing.
Slashing. So yeah, your what's the hey shit? Is that that's a sword? Yeah.
A great sword.
It's a bloody great sword as well, isn't it? Covered in shit and everything. Your sword comes down and you're attacking this guy on the south of you. Yeah.
That's correct. Sorry.
Yeah. Your sword comes down and hits him on the shoulder, dealing quite a lot of damage. He's not quite dead, but you've definitely rattled the poor guy. Anything else? Or are we moving on to Krill?
That's it.
Okay, Krill.
Krill drops the shakan.
Shakan.
Drops the shakan. the Nandar's shakan. And then...
Nandar's chicken. Brilliant. Now I get it.
Yeah, see? And Krill is going to approach our first guy, the guy that was giving him the attitude, the guy that was sort of, giving it the big...
You've come into his home. Jesus, everyone's getting on the defence of him. He's just protecting his bloody house.
I mean, everyone here will agree, even people listening, all 4 of them, will agree that this guy's a bit of an arsehole. And his accent is like nails down a chalkboard. It would irritate anyone.
Well, don't say that to the
I'm pretty sure
that are listening.
I'm pretty sure that accent constitutes an attack.
Wow.
Right, okay. Vicious mockery in its own way.
Yeah.
And all 4 listeners that we had have now turned off because they're all from Liverpool.
Krill wants to chop his foot off.
Wow.
Random. Okay, go for it. Go for it, Krill.
So, brings his axe up, going for like a nice low swing. He just wants to disable him. He doesn't want to kill him. He just wants to ruin the rest of his life.
Oh,
We're the good guys.
I don't want to make.
From
I don't want to make the joke. I don't want to make the joke.
He's from Liverpool's life already ruined.
Oh God.
Oh.
Nah.
Was that Nate? Was that going to be the same as Nate's joke, or was Nate's worse?
No, mine's probably more offensive to people from the good area of Liverpool. Go on, then, go for it.
Interesting. Oh my god, it's a natural 20 with a +6. It's 26. I'm going to kill him by through the ankle.
It hits. Go for it.
1d12 plus 4. Okay, so it's 2 times 2, 4.
Oh,
Plus
good.
Plus 4, 8.
Fine.
You criticaled him and still only got an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. You swing down, attacking his ankle, which clearly hits. However, it doesn't do quite the level of damage that you were hoping for, and it definitely injures him, and he definitely is going to be limping for quite some time. But
Axe
he's
to the ankle usually do that, yeah.
So that is the end of your turn, Krill. Gregor.
What does Gregomel want to do? I'm just seeing what available options I've got for... Because I feel like we don't want to kill this dude.
I mean, that was my intention, to just cripple him.
So, I think the best thing that I can do is... Nope, I think all my spells are, like, damaging spells. Apart from my sleeping one.
You could always ready, or you could always just dodge, or, help, or just not actually take any active part.
Yeah, I mean, I've caused enough trouble here. Maybe I'll just kind of sit on the floor and possibly help someone out later.
Greg, you asked if there was any coffee. You didn't put your finger in a corpse's mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
A noble woman's mouth, shall we say?
That is true. But he was rude and he didn't give me any coffee as well, so... Maybe I'll just do a firebolt on him. Yeah, we're going to firebolt him. Fuck it.
Nice.
So, here we go. On the same guard that just got attacked and his ankle dislocated, not cut off. Or sprained or whatever happened.
That's a critical miss.
Yeah, your firebolt with a critical miss and a 7. Your firebolt is unfortunately not going to do any damage to this young man.
No, does it set like the drapes of the castle on fire or something instead?
No, I'm afraid not.
Slightly concerned that as Gregomel is essentially firing past me, that perhaps my beautiful hair has been singed.
Have I got to redraw you with a haircut now?
I'd imagine you're dexterous enough to have dodged out of the way just in time.
So I'd like to. Sorry, can I just envision this a
sorry.
bit more? I'd like to think that Gregomel thinks he's really cool and he puts out his fingers like finger guns and goes, but like only a small bit of like smoke just comes out the end, and then this little flame just goes bloop onto the floor.
Yeah, I like it. Poor Greg. Dabble.
Are we trying to de-escalate the situation? Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm certainly Quinch is trying to do. Yeah.
With his reckless attack.
After I've cleaned
his reckless
someone's
attack and the
Achilles
most
heel.
damage so far.
I would like to use my action to try and convince them that the odds are against them. Like, 2 are asleep. They're both injured slightly, and I don't think it's going to go well for them. So I would like to. Is that something I can do? Try and convince them as my action.
Are you trying to de-escalate or intimidate?
De-escalate, like a friendly, like a sort of apologetic, sort of apologise for the big guy. He's a bit special.
Let's go. Okay, let's go for a perception,
Persuasion.
a persuasion check then.
Cool.
With disadvantage because obviously you're in battle at this point.
A 10 and a 9 plus persuasion 4, so that's the 9. 13.
13. He rolls a 19, so he hears your words and he says, and he basically just says, was it only attack rolls on Vicious Mockery?
It's disadvantage on attacks, yeah.
Just attacks, okay. So yeah, he rolls a 19 and he says, it's all well and good saying that now, but you're in for a beating, lad. I don't know where that's not Scouse, but it's just random Northern at that point.
Nice.
I mean, it just goes with the rest of the accents on the show, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm close enough to need to disengage. Like, am I within attack range where I am?
I would say not. There's a doorway there.
Fair enough. I'm just going to take a few steps back and say, "Oh well, I tried."
Is that
actually he's gonna have attack, but with disadvantage.
Can I
because he's
not
got disadvantage
disengage
anyway.
as my cunning action?
Yeah.
That's why.
yeah, you can.
That's why I was asking whether or not I use it or not.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
but
Yeah. Go for it.
Is that leader guy's name Mendel?
Mendel Sands. Yeah.
Mendel Sands, you're a stupid, stupid man. Yes, I'm going to attack the 5-pib. You could just be against the big green one and he'd fuck up your whole party.
Oh, dearie me.
Krill says, "Why do you say just green one? As if that diminishes my capabilities."
No, I'm saying I'm bigging you up, my dear fellow.
Krill, similarly to how he threw him at Greg earlier, he throws up a wink and some finger guns. Pow, 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 pow.
Right.
Quinch grins.
So while you're making this lovely little conversation, the guard closest to Quinch attacks with his. What does he have? He attacks with his spear. He goes to spear you. So take that with his wonderful 13.
Wouldn't have thought so.
13.
Hits.
Yeah, I've got. He would have disadvantage. He would have advantage against me anyway, but it does, regardless, that hits.
Oh, okay. Well, also a 13, so unlucky for you, I guess. So yeah, he lunges at you with his spear. And what's that? A 1d6. Oh, a mighty 1d6. That is a 5. It manages to stick you with a spear, giving you a little bit of damage and hurting you naughty times.
Quinch giggles. Oh, it tickles. Prick.
Correct. Next up is Mendel, who turns to attack Krill. With his disadvantage, rolls it's actually with his spear with his disadvantage 10.
Nope.
He's obviously injured and not doing so good, and you manage to just sort of pat it away, basically. We're back now to Quinch.
He's gonna.
Oh no, sorry, Dweezil.
Dweezil. Dweezil stares into the back of Mendel's head as Mendel is attacking Krill, and just quietly says to him, "The fabric of reality is woven from my words. Illusion warps percipience of existence. A spectre of a sound, imagination vivified, confounding those who tender your resistance." As he casts the minor illusion cantrip to make the sound of a noble woman's voice, calling out very meekly, as if she is in pain, saying, Mendel, I need your assistance.
I mean, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Just playing on his emotions like that.
Yeah. As he's attacking Krill, you make these, as he's just been sort of dodged by Krill, you make these words, and you obviously can't see the front, but you see his head turn towards the dead body, and just hear him go, "Milady." What do you want? I mean, it's
lady.
milady. Like, just he's obviously like sad. You know, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just suddenly heard this. He's sort of like distracted now by the fact that, you know, the dead body of his noble woman is perhaps not as dead as he thought. But it's not his turn, so he can't really move. He can't really go anywhere at this point. So
He's got to wait while we all attack him.
yeah.
Just whilst I remember, just my armour is not buttoned up at the back. I've now just tightened it a little bit whilst having a quick breather in between battle, which has put my armour on properly, and now I now realise that going forward my armour class is 15, not 13.
Why don't you tell what actually happened?
I didn't have that equipped properly.
Oh
well, you've taken the HP damage now. Too late to do anything about that.
Lesson learned
Of
the
course,
hard way.
the tickling will be the lesson I learn.
Quinch, speaking of tickling.
Okay, you little spear-handed cuck.
What is it with cuck? Have you just learned this word?
Yeah, I think that's actually what's happened here.
I'm pretty
4
sure
years late. Brilliant.
his search history is full of it. No.
And Trump websites, by the sounds of things.
Can Quinch see the eye colour of what's this gentleman's name?
The one you're fighting is Torum.
Torum, I like your eyes. What can he see what colour they are?
They're brown.
They're brown. Well, that won't change when I stick this shit-covered sword in it. Oh, 20!
It hits.
Shit-covered sword to the eye.
To the eye. Fascinating. How much damage do you deal to the eye?
Oh, sorry. I do apologise.
That's not how it works. You don't just...
Yeah, sorry. I got distracted by the 20. Oh! 21.
Lovely. Paint me a death scene, please.
He drives the hay shit with speed into this fairly attractive gentleman's brown, beautiful eyes, smearing his entire face in shit, blood, and actually, yeah, it's a 20. So he pushes the sword in so fast and so hard that Quinch's hand goes through the skull of this weak human pest.
Can Davov just lean in through the door and just say, "Now that's what I call giving him the stink eye," and then can Dweezil just do a drum roll for me, please?
A drum roll or a budum tish?
Well, yeah, the comedy sting.
So you doing that garden. He is no more. Goodbye, Guardio. So we're now faced with a scenario where we have Mendel Sands being the only conscious fighter left. The two other guards are still unconscious. Quinch, yes, you're done. Krill.
Mendel, yeah, you're probably going to win this battle, so cool. Big guy, you're up, aren't you?
Before I attack, Krill says, "You either talk, or I kill you and wait for your friends to wake up and give them the same offer."
On that note, if it's been more than a minute, they will be awake.
A minute? No, it's 10 rounds, so they'll be.
Fucking few.
So what did you say, Krill?
You talk, or we kill you. Wait for your friends to wake up and give them the same offer.
I was willing to talk. It was your little blue man over there that's fucked this all up.
Then talk.
Can you roll me a... Let's go for an intimidation.
17.
17. Says, I don't know what I roll as intimidation against, actually. Perception, maybe? See if he perceives how much danger's in. Yeah. So your words, he says his little bit, you say your little bit. He's still got the weird calling of Lady Nandar in his head. He looks around the room, assesses everything, and you just hear as his spear just drops to the floor, clatters to the floor.
Funny sound for a spear to make as it hits the floor.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. It's an air spear. Yeah, you can imagine anything you want. Apparently,
there was a bit of an accent on that, so I wasn't sure if that was you saying or him saying.
A bit of everything. All right, let's talk.
Krill says, now he's like calmed down a bit as he does after battle. He says, "Sorry about the ankle. You may want to see a doctor about that."
Why did you get so pissed off when I started fingering your queen?
Do you remember when Quinch was going to be a monk? Lady Nandar, I think you'll find her name is a very important woman around here. And she died. You show yourself some respect, dragon.
I've got an important question. Hold on. Did anyone see when I made finger guns? And I was meant to shoot fire, but only smoke came out.
There's been a lot of instances of finger guns today.
Fingers in general. This is a very finger-heavy episode.
And heavy fingering is never unwelcome.
Oh.
Can we?
What happened to Lady Nandar?
Krill says...
Finger in her mouth.
I was going to say, Krill says she got fingered. No.
Roll initiative again, yeah?
He picks up his spear.
His air spear. At the risk of sounding, ungrateful and everything, I mean, look around you. You can see what happened. Yesterday, these boulders came out of the sky. Unfortunately, the lady couldn't get out of her in time. It came crashing through, killing her. We dug her up from the rubble, and she's over there. We couldn't escape. You see the bridge? It's damaged. We can't get across. So we're stuck here. Stuck.
What happened to the people of the town?
I don't know exactly. But I saw them flee. And the only thing I can think is that they went north. We're told often to head north if ever trouble comes to town.
Who told them?
It's just what we know to do. It's just, if like I say, these boulders came out of the sky. And then they just ran. We couldn't get across. We were trying to help the lady. And we just couldn't do it.
Quinch slowly walks across towards Mandel, and puts one hand on his shoulder. You have my condolences for your queen. And then
it's a bit late now.
Steps back.
And then he wipes the finger on it.
Anyway, she's a lady, not a queen.
Crow says, "Are we going to have to tie your friends up? Or are they going to be okay when they wake up?"
I'll calm them down.
How will you do that?
I'll just say, calm down.
Oh, there is 3 of them as well. That's perfect.
Mendel, can I call you Mend?
I don't really think I've got any choice.
Mend, I would be willing to assist you in getting across the bridge as long as you tell us one thing. Where is the flower?
I'd imagine it's in the windmill. That's all I can say. I'm not in charge of flour. I'm a guard.
Do you know why
listen.
Why?
I've not even told you the worst part.
Tell us the worst part.
Giants came.
Like meat.
Giants.
Like
from the
cunts.
Yeah,
sky.
for a second I thought you were going to say that you ran out of coffee.
Like me, giant, or giant.
Listen. You're nothing compared to these.
Krill,
These are giants, boy. Giants.
Krill pulls back on his axe and he's like, "Say that again."
I don't mean to offend. You're a big boy, I can tell.
I am a big boy.
But I'm telling you, these are bigger.
How
A lot
much?
bigger?
How much ejaculate does a giant
Stop.
excrete? And where you would have thought we would see it?
Have you ever heard the expression to come boulders?
No. Is that something from where you're from?
Neither have I. I'm just making it up. But I'd imagine a lot of ejaculate. Because this is.
I can help fill in on this one. You see, that is how a sorcerer like myself gets his power. You have to first slay the beast, then bathe in its semen for 2 whole days.
Aye, I saw you and I thought, he's one of those cum wizards.
You know, I am a sorcerer, not a wizard.
Oh,
Anyway, the giants. They took the Night Stone.
What?
They came from the sky. They were on their clouds. And they came down and they took the Night Stone.
Did they just want to throw it like another boulder? Is that what was going on?
No, that's the funny thing. You see all these stones. They just took this one.
Do you see where they went?
East.
East of where?
Eden. That's a reference to a film you've probably not seen.
What's a film?
Well, let me tell you, I'm enjoying your accent so much, I think we should keep you around.
Do you want to take me to a backpack?
Before you ask, I saw what you did with the goblins. I don't want to be a backpack.
Bit of phlegm on that one.
Davov just wipes his eye. Just like, ugh, gross.
Sorry, I'm a bit passionate about not being a backpack.
Davov wipes his eye again.
should we help? I think we should help these fellows get across the bridge and take their help them to take their good lady with them so that they can afford her a proper burial. This is no place fit to bury a member of the nobility.
I agree with my friend Dweezil, but also what's over there in the I see a door in the south of this building. What is that? What have you got behind there?
Feel free to have a look.
Is it flour?
Crow's like, I will find you your flower, friend.
Thank you.
And then I approach the door and I have a look at where the hinges are. Where are the hinges on this door? Where do I see hinges?
They are on this side of the door. They're on the eastern side of the door.
Sake. Krill, like...
Oh, no, sorry, tell a lie. They're on the western side of the door. So
Krill's fucking happy by that. Krill gives it a boot. A big old booty boot. Straight...
Give me a strength check.
14.
Yeah, that happens. Door gets booted in, and it comes off one hinge.
Oh, it's weird that a 14 does that, but not a 20. Anyway, what do I see?
Well, this one you kicked in, the other one you pulled. It's different strength.
Right.
What do you see? That's a great question. Let's have a look at what you
Also, it could be different door makers.
Yeah. This is a piece of shit door.
So you see this, and I also noticed that Quinch has gone wandering over to what he now sees is stairway leading upwards. So as you open up the door, or boot the door in, as it were, Krill, you notice this corner room, which is a library. The sort of place that I would imagine Krill is very familiar with. Books of all kinds litter this room. It's on 2 layers, though. It's quite a tall room. You've obviously got this layer, and then there's like a little ladder that leads up to some other books, way up into the roof. This is the den. This is probably the part where there's a lot more sort of studying going on, clearly, because they're not going to be studying in midair.
Krill steps back out the room and says, "I have found where they keep the toilet paper."
Human people. Before we go, I think we should rest. However, you promise me there's nothing dodgy upstairs?
I mean, it's upstairs. What do you mean dodgy? Dodgy, like, what?
Quinch wanders upstairs.
Okay. So you wander upstairs and you make it into the upstairs hallway. And from here, you can see 4 doorways. One in the very north, one in the northeast, and then 2 off to the northwest, and then 2 off to the east, north and south.
Dweezil's following Quinch up the stairs.
Yeah, I'd like to as well.
I'm going to say to Greg, this is like the toilet paper you have.
Yeah, I mean, Greg's a very learned gentleman, so he will definitely be going into the library.
Toilet paper storage.
Because he actually has a background of a researcher, so he feels at home in a library.
Okay. Right, do you want to... Let's deal with that first then. Greg, so you're in the library.
Yeah.
Do you want to look for anything in particular? Any books? Or
yeah, I want to basically look through the books to see if there's any like rare books, like which may contain, new spells or anything that may be of use to me in that kind of regard. Okay.
As you enter the room, you notice, this is a very well decorated room. There's overstuffed chairs, bearskin rugs. There's, it's a very ornate room. So it's about 20 foot high. As you're looking through, there's tons and tons of books. But, realistically, without going through every single book, you don't find anything of any particular interest. There seems to be a lot of hunting books, and the occasional few books on philosophy, nature, and poetry. There's nothing of any magical note here. There's nothing of any rarity. Nothing that you would necessarily that would help a learned man such as Gregomel Wallows to become more learned.
I mean, he also likes his trash books. So, is there any teen vampire books in there or anything?
There is one copy of Twilight by whatever her name was.
I was going to say no affiliation to the Twilight we have in this continuity.
No, it's completely different. It's a completely different franchise. It's the same name, but it's a different authoress.
Okay, I'm going to pick it off the shelf, and I want to see if it's a first edition.
No, you open it up, and weirdly, you see stamped on the inside is like is the markings of a library. And you can tell that they didn't even buy this book. They actually borrowed it from a library and they never returned it.
Oh, well, this just makes me furious. I will be taking this book back to its rightful place. And I stuff the book into my cloak for safekeeping.
It's, for reference, it is, let's pick a random town. It is the Library of Silvermoon.
Okay, just so we're all aware, I don't
Silvery,
actually give a shit about the fact the book's taken from the library. I just want to read the trash story that it is.
He's covering for it.
Fair enough. So returning to...
I may return it to the library, who knows?
Returning to Quinch, Dabov, and Dweezil, who are upstairs in the L-shaped hallway. What do you guys want to do while you're up here?
Can you fellas see keyholes in any of these doors that we may be able to peer through and check inside for danger?
Hold on, before we go any further, are you the kind of person that normally peers through keyholes? Is that your usual go-to?
I'm just trying to learn to be a better person.
Is it possible to give anti-inspiration? I don't know.
Can I check this door to the east? The east, north,
to the east. The east north.
Yeah, the east north. Check if it's locked.
Yeah. Checking if it is locked. It is. Can you roll me a sleight of hand?
Is 22.
Ooh.
22. You can tell that this door is unlocked. You sort of give it a nice little jiggle, and it's unlocked.
Cool. I'll just open it up.
As you look in, you notice that this is the master bedroom of Lady Nandar.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Fairly untouched. You can't see any damage here from any of the boulders or anything such as that. Again, very much like the rest of the property, it's very ornate. Tapestries, oil lamps all across the walls. Lovely wolf skin rugs covering the floor, the wooden floor. Naturally, this being a lady's master bedroom, lovely big, huge, beautiful, stunning bed. Centerpiece of the room, very much draws the eye. Headboard sculpted with images of roses and foxes and various other nature paraphernalia.
Is there a pillow?
Is there a pillow?
Don't lick it.
Is there a pillowcase?
There is a pillowcase.
Quinch goes over and smells the pillowcase. Tell me what I smell.
Can you roll me an investigation check, please?
Yes, sir.
Krill's going to sort of come up the stairs and stand next to Dweezil and just say, "Is Quinch okay?" And he sort of gives him this sort of look of, what the fuck's going on there?
Quinch is investigating. Dweezil does air quotes to suggest that this is something that occasionally Quinch will do.
Because Krill believes he is what we call, amongst orcs, a pervert.
Krill, I've spent time amongst elves, I've spent time amongst humans, I've spent time amongst many different races of people, and all races, although some races say in different languages, all races call what Quinch is a pervert.
20.
20.
That's a deep sniff for a pervert.
You smell the richest, female perfume that you've ever smelled. It's almost you've taken such a big lungful of this pillowcase, and all you're getting is all of these flowery notes coming through, and just the tiniest hint of watermelon.
This is absolutely exquisite and perfect for what I need. Quinch takes the pillowcase off and stuffs it in his belt or pocket or whatever that is.
Thank you for listening to Dice and Desire. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review in your favourite podcast app. In between episodes, you can interact with us on Twitter and Instagram @Dice and Desire.